see a lot of discussion around which fuse is best for which character. While most of the cast can effectively use any of the three main fuses, it's a little more of a fluid choice on their part. There is one character with a pretty cut and dry best fuse. So today I want to talk about Yasuo and Freestyle, why it's his preferred fuse, and why he doesn't really like the others. Before we can talk about why Yasuo loves Freestyle, we first need to understand why Freestyle is so good. At its essence, at its core, what makes it strong? Freestyle is the best mix-up fuse, mainly through setting up sandwich pressure, which is really strong in this game. But why is sandwich pressure strong? To start, it removes basically all defensive options. Retreating guard goes nowhere because they're backing up into your other character. Push blocking the point loses to handshake tag, and push blocking the assist loses to the point character. It's very risky and committal to parry as well because charged heavies throw off the timing and make it a gamble. The best way to punish a break is with handshake tag, which is very easy to do in sandwich pressure. So we see here that sandwich pressure basically removes all defensive options in one way or another. Sandwich pressure is also really strong for setting up mix and giving it to characters that otherwise have a hard time. For example, Warwick's mix typically revolves around his low 3H, his overhead S1, or doing a strike throw with his leap. But with sandwich pressure, you can easily set up a charged heavy with your point character, handshake tag to Warwick, and then go for the jump S2 instant overhead. Another cool aspect of sandwich pressure is that when you do land the combo and your other character is still on the screen, they create a pseudo wall, which allows you for a brief moment to link moves that otherwise would only connect in the corner. Now, why does Freestyle amplify sandwich pressure? The big one is you get two mixes back to back, and if you use an unsafe mix on the first one, then you still have a handshake to make it safe. This applies to Yasuo's jump down heavy, which is unsafe, or Warwick's jump S2. And if it hits, you have a handshake tag to confirm it if you need to. Like in the case of Warwick, when he's not in Bloodlust, he really doesn't get a combo off of this overhead, but if you handshake tag back to Yasuo, then you do. Another reason is you have two handshakes to react to burst, so you can punish it way later than with other fuses. Against a good opponent, you have to wait for their assist to leave the screen, and by that time you've already taken a lot of damage. Now, what makes Yasuo good at Freestyle and sandwich pressure then? He has multiple tools to cross you up, and those tools are fast and long range, so he can get to sandwich pressure from a further range than any other character. Another thing that makes Yasuo strong is his assist crosses him up, so now every other character becomes much scarier. Even characters that typically have other game plans instantly become a mixed character. Take Blitz for example, who typically uses other fuses but can really excel when using Freestyle with Yasuo, because you can handshake to Blitz, go for a strike throw, and then if you throw, you can handshake back to Yasuo and confirm it for a lot of damage that Blitz cannot otherwise get. Like I mentioned previously, Yasuo has an instant overhead that he can confirm off of solo. Not a lot of characters have instant overheads, and even less can confirm it, though Yasuo's is unsafe on block, which is where handshake comes in. While Yasuo's damage has gotten nerfed, and we probably will see more nerfs in the future, it's still very respectable and high damage. So when you handshake to your assist and get the hit, it's usually a better option to handshake back to Yasuo and do the combo with him instead. Something you may not know about handshake interactions is that when you activate a move that has a follow-up and then you handshake, you can press the follow-up button to have it still come out. So what Yasuo can do is go into his forward S1, handshake tag, and then press S2. This will do the follow-up with Yasuo while taking full control of the other character. Not only is Yasuo's forward S1 to S2 a true block string, but it also gives a really high amount of hit stun. And depending on the other character, this would enable left, right, high, lows. So we know how good Yasuo is at mixing, but this reiterates how good he is at giving it to other people. This last one is small, but when you land the hit, Yasuo Hasagi forces a standing animation, so it gives a nice combo to characters like Warwick who prefer the opponent standing. To summarize, Yasuo is very good at Freestyle because he can easily set up sandwich pressure from a range that nobody else can. Once there, he has very strong mix, he enables strong mix for other people, and he does a lot of damage, whether he gets the mix or the other character gets the mix and you handshake back to him. But talking about why Yasuo loves Freestyle is really only half the conversation. It's not only that Yasuo loves Freestyle, but also that the other options being 2x assist and double down don't amplify his kit or game plan nearly to the same level. level. We've established that Yasuo assist crosses him up, but 2x assist removes that situation if you want another hitbox to cover something. So let's say you use Yasuo assist to cross up and now the enemy is sandwiched. To maintain Yasuo staying on the opposite side, you need to either throw out wind wall assist, which doesn't have a hitbox and makes things punishable because you're leaving a big gap, or you simply handshake to Yasuo, defeating the purpose of 2x. Yasuo's strike assist is relatively slow, so even trying to neutral skip to full screen is risky because it's easy to hit Yasuo out of it. You're definitely not jump scaring anyone like you are with My Time, My Time. A big reason to play 2x assist is for the combos as well. Yasuo's forward assist is not very good for combos because it gets impacted very heavily by hit stun scaling. So it's tough to end a combo with one character, call Yasuo assist, then loop the situation back as it will most likely start dropping. In that same vein, Yasuo back assist wind wall can be used in combos, but you have to handshake tag to him to activate it, which again defeats the purpose of 2x. You could find some situation where you do his forward assist, re-combo with your point, then his back assist plus handshake tag, but in most cases you get more value from freestyle at this point. You may be wondering if sandwich pressure is even that important and if we can find value elsewhere. Yes, it's possible. For example, your second character could be someone who likes to cross up themselves, in which case you can call Yasuo assist, go for a mix that leaves you on the other side, then use Yasuo assist again to cross him up and maintain sandwich pressure. This application is niche and would only work for a couple characters, and I would argue that with those characters like Ahri, you're still better playing freestyle for the more consistent and better pressure and for all the other benefits I listed previously. For those reasons, I honestly think Yasuo is the worst 2x assist user in the game. Like if I were to rank them, he would be at the bottom, F, way lower than anyone else. But that does leave one more fuse on the table to talk about. So how is Yasuo double down? Yasuo likes double down if his point likes double down. Think Jinx or Teemo. Since his mix is so strong, then you can skip neutral with the super, handshake tag, and mix them. Yes, I know Samurai Jack shots are cool and fun, and I do not blame you if you go for them with Teemo or Warwick. But I still think Yasuo brings more value to the team with freestyle because the other function of double down is to do a lot of extra damage. However, Yasuo does enough damage as is to consistently 2-touch, so instead of amplifying damage with double down, you amplify his mix with freestyle. The more you can open people up, the more hits you get, and the more heavily favored you are in winning the round. A huge aspect of double down is super to super. Yasuo's synergy in this aspect is typically disappointing to lackluster at best. Take Illaoi Yasuo for example. Yasuo's supers and ultimate connect very unreliably off of Illaoi's S1 super. The only time you can reliably do it is off the first hit of Illaoi's S1 super, which gives up a lot of damage that Illaoi would be doing from the rest of her super. But on the flip side, another reason Teemo Yasuo double down is so strong is because their super synergy is absolutely bonkers. Both of Yasuo's supers combo into Teemo Shroom super for buco damage whenever they want. You can really tell that the same guy designed both these characters. While I do think Yasuo double down has some merit in very specific situations or character pairings, I stand by that nothing gives as good of synergy or amplifies Yasuo's game plan as much as freestyle. This may be a hot take, but I honestly think that Teemo Yasuo is still better with freestyle, but double down is just the easier fuse to use effectively. All in all, I hope this made sense and that you learned something new. If you want other videos like this that focus on character and fuse pairings, let me know in the comments down below. I was also thinking of like why Echo or why Illaoi love 2x assist so much. Alright, that's it. Thanks for watching, boys. Adios.